Hello, Divya. Welcome. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to have this conversation. I look forward to meeting amazing people like you who have a lot in store in terms of skills, technique, knowledge, and experience. And today I have this amazing opportunity to have a conversation about your life and your book. So, can you quickly tell me, like, how is your journey so far as being an entrepreneur to an author? How did you make that shift? And introduce to the listeners, like, who you are, where you are personally, professionally.
Sure. Hi, good morning. First of all, thank you for having me here as well. And I think this is the first time I'm, after the release of the book, kind of like coming into such a Zoom meet, or it's not easy to come out of that shell. So thank you for giving me this chance. And hi, I'm Divya Mittal. And I started my entrepreneurship journey very early. I had done corporate law, and I started my entrepreneurship journey when I was maybe 20, 21, just out of college, and then we just decided to plunge into it. We were there for a few years, and when I got married, we decided to take over the family business, which is outdoor catering. Few years into that, and it is going really well. My husband had to move for his job, so we had to take a conscious call as a family. He had done his part of waiting for me for a few years when I was having my business without taking the moves out. So I thought maybe it's my turn to do that. We recently moved to Luxembourg, a very small country in Europe, and that's where we are today. So going back to the journey of how I started writing the book, it was about 3 years back. One evening, my daughter is coming home and saying that we had a play date with her best friend, and she's asking, Mama, why was my best friend being beaten up? So one evening when we were just coming back from a friend's house, my daughter was very upset. And she's asking me, how come my best friend is being beaten up? I don't like it. Why can't I do something to protect her? She's very protective of her people whom she cares about. So then I had to include and say, we can't get into family matters. It's something very personal, which every family does. How we handle, we can revise that, but not what other people do. So she is like, no, but is there something do you think we can do? I really don't like it. She was very upset for 2-3 days after that. So then she and I decided that, I said, look, I don't know what else to do. Maybe let's start writing about it. That is, somewhere, even if we can impact one family or, one person or 10 people, then that will be our win. She really liked that idea. And 2.5, 3 years back, we used to just do 20, 30 minutes, just discuss with her. And that's how it started. And we never thought 3 years later it would turn into parenting a two-way street, where we're gone so much in length of discussion about such a small topic and incident which impacted her, which impacted me. And then we were like, okay, let's maybe do something about it. My husband was also very supportive of the whole process, because I don't see us to be one of the best families or perfect families. I think we are as imperfect as it gets. But the only thing which I think we are trying is, we're at least trying to, move from that place to a place where we are better as a family. We all have our good days, we have our bad days, we have days where, we are like, oh my God, what is happening in the household? It's never about that it's going to be simple or magic, that, we are this perfect family from a Bollywood movie claiming to be okay. No, we are every day struggling, but how out of this whole chaos can we make few happy moments or few memorable moments as a family? Like, end of the day, it's all a rat race. We're all running for what we don't know. We're doing the same as a family as well. So I think this has given us time to take a deep breath, analyze what we want to. Now, this just started as a book where we are trying to talk about positive parenting, which is a very new thing which we don't know. There are two different lines to parenting. One, people think you need to be strict parent. Second, people think that you can be lenient. Positive parenting is somewhere right in the middle where we are talking about you are firm, but you're parenting in a positive way. So there is a thin line where, I'm not going to say yes, 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 yes to everything which my daughter says. At the same time, I'm not telling no, 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 no to what she's telling. We're kind of trying to bring a wholesome opinion, view, understand her point of view, my point of view. At the same time, be kind to each other. There is no point at creating, an atmosphere which is making the child uncomfortable, or I'm sure after I maybe shout or hit my child, I am not feeling very comfortable about it. Every parent runs into a big guilt trip that, oh my God, why did I do that? So the whole outlook of parenting a two-way street has been that, where first as a parent, what can we do? Because if we cannot kind of hold ourselves together, how do we set an example to the child or the children or the people around us? So let you play different hats, your mother, your father, you're going to work, you're influencing multiple people. But when you're together, how you're first holding yourself up, and then the kind of influence which you're having on a child. So we try to put the small pieces together, and I think we are a better placed family today thanks to parenting a two-way street. And if I can maybe impact 1 or 10 families end of it, that's all. My targets in life are very small and simple. I don't belong to writing industry. I'm not an author, but I belong to a very different industry. Eventually, to the process, I realized that maybe parenting is the purpose of my life. If I can handhold 5 people, 10 people, 10 families, then maybe that's what I was born for. So, yeah.
Excellent. So I can really see in this explanation that so much of work has gone behind putting all this information in the book. So that, see, you were flawless and fully self-expressive in speaking your heart out in this introduction. But it showed all your efforts, all your intention to bring all that it's there from a child's perspective, from a mother's perspective, as a family, leading a family and being a role model, and becoming people would look up to you, the conversations, the ideas, the thought process that you're sharing. So a lot of things came into my mind, and it fizzled away. But one thing it stands out for me, because it all started with a violent experience or a traumatic experience your kid witnessed. And I personally feel whenever people become, they lose that control emotionally, sometimes verbally, physically, we break out. And these are all signs where we, as a person, the person who is actually into that situation, needs healing. Somewhere he is broken sometime in the past, and there are certain triggers that comes across. Maybe sometimes our children do something and it just triggers. Somebody says something and it triggers, and we show up in that violent breakdown, emotional breakdown. We don't know, it just happens, and then you run into a guilt, like whatever happened should not have been the way. And this is this is a point, I really appreciate your kids' intention and her feeling to really address that situation, and that led to you writing something, speaking, because sharing has huge power. The way you're sharing, I think a lot of parents who will listen to this conversation will come and buy this book and want to know, what are your ideas of positive parenting, how to handle certain situations, what is the message that you're leaving with the world, with your children. So there's a lot to learn. And as you said perfectly, there's no perfect family and there's no perfect parenting. We are only evolving in that relationship and
Absolutely.
becoming better.
Yeah.
So tell me, Divya, like, no, to put this information together, you took almost 3 years. And how you have framed this book? What is the structure? What all things you have got together so that people can, be excited to know about it?
Yes, absolutely. My favorite question, I think. So, so I think maybe we work backwards. That let it not be a. So it's a very simple thing that we can't be parents without children. We can't parent without having children in the perspective. So I think all the parenting books we saw had only content for parents. But here we are trying to get content not only for parents but for children. I think maybe that's what took us a little longer than what other parenting books would do. So I don't know if it's visible. We have
Yes, yes.
split it into 4 segments. The first segment is written by me, which is a very simple idea where we're just trying to wrap our head around the concept, say parenting, say happiness, or relationship. When we take the topic, I am just going in talking about different everyday scenarios, simple language, just trying to throw different perspectives. There is no right or wrong, we're just throwing perspectives. I attended many sessions through the whole COVID period. And every time I attended a session, I went back to the coach, say a happiness guru, a relationship coach, and I asked, would you have spare some time to write, say, 1,500 words? It just so happened that everybody has been so kind. I'm like super grateful for that, where they have spent time not only in having long conversations with me, but at the same time in contributing to the book. So something which I have written, then it is kind of like, signed and sealed from their perspective, their learnings over the years. These guys are really big guys who come with plethora of experience, who are big in the corporate industry, but they also really attach to the purpose, and they as a second segment, which is the expert segment. So one is like a mom's perspective, second is an industry expert, the third is my favorite, which is more of opportunity for the parents to kind of share what they have understood or what they want to implement to the child. So we have short stories for children. Typically, we would say that read it together as a family, because there are some things which we might have not covered in the initial part, gets covered there, just so that it's not repetitive. So there are 16 children's stories. We have 8 chapters, so 8 industry experts, and every chapter has 2 children's stories. So try to read it together, read 1 story per day. That's what we recommend, so that you have time to have a conversation after that. That's the point. This book is not like a handout where I'm giving you and telling you, so read it and you will have the family. The thing is, you get to understand so many nuances. Like every time we came up with the topic, I used to discuss with my daughter, with my husband, all of us sitting together, and we realized we're living in the same house and we don't know so much about each other. A simple definition like happiness. Everybody has a different perspective. I was so amazed to hear my daughter's name is Kuchi. Okay. So every time she's cried, we would have told her, come on, your name is Kushi, you need to be happy. So one night, we were just tucked into bed and she's like asking me, this scenario is there in the book as well. We have lots such scenarios where we're just talking about everyday life instances and how as parents, we need to be on top of the game to be able to react in that moment. So she's asked me, my name is Kushi. Who's named me? I said, your granddad has named you Kushi. What is the meaning? She said, I know it's happiness. And then, then there's a question which she threw at me and I was like, okay, like if my name is happiness, should I always be happy? Can't I feel sad? Can't I feel upset? Can't I feel angry? I was like, oh my God, of course you can. I mean, emotions are very natural. First of all, we need to accept, then do something about it. But the duration of that emotion, let's try to minimize that. That is where we are working on an everyday basis. I think, very emotional. In fact, in one of the parts I'd written also about being hangry. Hunger plus anger naturally happens to even me when I'm like so old. We should give kids benefit of doubt for that, for sure. So yeah, that's the third segment. Sorry, I got out of track. And the fourth segment is experiment to experience. How can we experience something like a family bond unless we don't try small things? So the book just gives you start on ideas. You can definitely add more experiments and mail to us. We can also add it to the next edition of the book. So when we divided the book into different segments, we are giving the whole family a chance to work on it together. It's not something that you read and then, it takes 16 weeks at least, 1 week per story. If you can spend more time discussing about it, then nothing like it. So I think that's the specialty, where the parenting book is not for the parent alone. It's for the parent, it's for the child, it's for the whole family together. If you can involve grandparents, if you can involve others, then it's a bonus. So yeah.
So I have been through your first chapter, which you shared with me, and I will be leaving the link in this conversation so that people can go and read it. But I really see like it's a complete package. Even grandparents can read, and they can see their parenting strengths and weaknesses and have that conversation with their children, like us, and we having the same with our kids, and the experimenting part. There are instances where people need that creative way to have start something, go into that conversation and really discover who you are with the children. So it's not something we are born with. Sometimes we need to learn from others, or go through certain training or workshops. So as you said earlier, there's no perfect thing, like there's no perfect family. It's like we evolving, like we learn from our parents, we learn from our friends how they deal with their children, we learn from the environment, and so are the children. So it's equal opportunity, and it's an amazing packaging. Like one book, I think you must I would highly recommend that you must turn it around as a service for families to learn and implement what you have shared in the book. It will change the way relationships are, and it will give them an opportunity and access to connect at a different level, not just with kids. You will be able to connect with your own parents. Yeah. And as I said earlier, there are traumas that we all go through, and it's like it's like under the cover. We don't know how they are impacting us, and the only way we transform is by healing ourselves and help others discover and heal and have a different level of connection with people around. Absolutely. So thank you so much for sharing all the insights, Divya. And I want to know your message to the world. What is that you want to leave as we close this conversation?
So, just because you mentioned the word first sorting us out, I have a chapter which talks about mind is a magic wand. Just to say that, as a parent, I think maybe there is a word which I use called worst case scenario person. Okay. And that's not a good trait to have as a parent. In any situation, I would think, what is the worst case scenario? I'm not thinking my husband is the best case scenario person and I'm the worst case scenario person. If my child is eating ice cream, I'll say, oh my God, she's going to get fever. Oh my God, this is going to happen. That is going to happen. And her simple moment of enjoying a cone of ice cream, I have ruined, right? That's where I started out as a person. It has nothing to do with being a parent. As you rightly said, that first we need to rectify our own faults as parents, which we need to first accept. I think that's the first step. And that's what we have done in the book. The first part being for parents is like we need to work on ourselves, including me. I think I'm work in progress on an everyday basis. As I said, I'm a worst case scenario person. I think if I let the child be alone, I think she would do much better than my influence over her. I have understood that. So I have stopped her from having ice cream, from running. I mean, how much will I protect or cajole the child, then I slowly realized that first I need to control my own mind. I need to get it to a positive track so I can spare her life, and let her grow as a person. In fact, I shared my journey in that chapter, which is a very difficult thing to come out and open and say that, look, I have this is my bad trait or something, to first gather that confidence. So on a closing note, that this is very important for us as parents to accept what are our, see, everybody has their blacks and whites. So first of all, accept what we have, and then maybe start pointing fingers at the child. So and be open to conversation from your child. I think I've learned so much from my daughter, whom I would have underestimated otherwise. Saying, what do you know? You're like, what, 5, 6, 7 years old. I know so much better. But through the whole process, I think I have learned so much from her, and I'm super grateful for that. So to close that, let's try to make a relationship with our child that, say, 30 years later, when we are in the last days of our life, we have kids sitting with us on the dining table, sharing a meal with us, not because it's an obligation. It's because they want to be there with us. So if we start thinking of those days and we are backtracking and working today towards that relationship, our perspective would be totally different. Yes, I want my daughter with me to be sharing a meal because she wants to be there. She loves spending that time. There will be indifferences, there is arguments, there is no family without arguments. But end of the day, we should all feel we're in a safe space. So let's try to do that. And I think that's been the motto of the book, where parenting is a two-way street. We listen, we learn. It's not that we only speak. So yeah. So please do grab a copy of your book. I would love to know what you think, and it would be really nice to hear back from you. There is an email ID of mine inside this. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for getting me on.
You shared gold, Divya. This is for all parents, grandparents, and yes, we can create a beautiful future. If this book you're through, you can create a beautiful future with your children. And as you said, you have to envision the life that you want to live and start working on it from today. Thank you, Divya. It was lovely. See you again.
Thank you for having me.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.